Everyone was telling me, yeah, Ben, that's so far, you know, even to do like a marathon, you need double the amount of time you have.
So my first thoughts were, you're nuts.
I thought obviously it's 50 miles, it's a very, very long while.
I think overall, I'll be able to get this 50 mile done. I think everyone can relate. Before you do something big, you get that feeling in your stomach, like you're quite nervous. Obviously I had that, but then, you know, deep down in my heart, I'm confident, I knew I could do this.
So I did an ultra, albeit a baby ultra, some years ago, and it took me a year to train. I know that he would say that nobody works harder than him. He will be very determined to achieve it and to complete it.
I think it's a lot tougher than he actually thinks. I think it's a very, very hard work to run 50 miles.
It's going to be super difficult, and I don't think you appreciate how difficult it's going to be.
Yeah, there was a bit of fear. You know, again, with the amount of training I had, I was slightly worried my body wouldn't be up to the challenge, but I knew the whole time, I still don't now, that my mental is too strong for anything to put me down. But yeah, I was just rethinking myself. Okay, you need to find your rhythm, you need to find your breathing. You need to pace yourself, especially pace yourself, because normally what a lot of people do, and what I do especially, is I go way too quick at the beginning. The first, I would say 5 miles, it was like I was just trying to buckle in and get ready, because I knew it was going to be a long day. I've never run for that long.
5.6 miles so far. Walking for a bit. Feeling good.
The first lap was definitely one of the easier ones, because it was like I had a new set of legs on me, I had a new body on me, everything was refreshed after, because I had a week of not running before this to try and just recover everything. I think after the first lap I was getting back to the car park. I was quite relieved, because I knew, okay, yeah, that's only how far I have to go for one full lap.
Pretty good so far.
Yeah.
The first 10 miles were a bit slower than I wanted. It was about 2 hours, I think. 12 miles. I mean, it's a good place to carry on the whole thing, but I was hoping maybe I'd run the first time a bit faster. I've got a bit of pain in my throat, in my hip, but nothing I can't run through.
I think at this point was when I was at my quickest and when I was, you know, at my best. I was so focused on running. I was so focused on my form. You know, what's my cadence at? How's my breathing? How's my breathing sounded? You know, what's around me? I had so many things to distract myself, so I wasn't necessarily getting as tired. And so I was quite looking forward to keep on going. And I think me as a person, I quite like being in my own space, being within my own thoughts, not having, you know, a lot of things to focus on, but at the same time I'm able to keep my mind occupied. So I think the whole part of me staying alone for the run didn't bother me too much, because I guess I'd been used to that. Roughly 15.3 miles, nearly 15 and a half. I'm feeling pretty good so far. Only issue is my IBS has decided to set off, so I'm just waiting for my dad. IBS stands for irritable bowel syndrome. It's basically where your bowels like inflate. The only worry is my right foot, bit sore on my big toe, but it's nothing I can't ignore. I know I couldn't have asked for a better dad, you know. I feel like From my perspective, and I know my brother's perspective, we couldn't have had anyone better. I think, obviously, yeah, it's me doing the run, but I think the real leader of this story is him.
I know that he will have stages in the run where he's going to be in a terrible mood because it's, it is mentally and physically exhausting going over that distance. At the core of everything there will be a deep determination to have it completed successfully.
So I think this is when I start to head off into like really unknown territory. I don't know what's going to happen to my body. I don't know what's going to happen to my mind. My hip flexors were getting quite sore, my knees were getting sore, my feet were getting sore. That kind of mental barrier was pushing up on me. Right leg is quite sore, my knee especially, and part of my foot. But, after walking for 5-10 minutes, I can carry on. That's the only real issue. Nothing else too far. My legs are getting a bit fatigued by this point, but nothing I can't deal with. The main issue is definitely my knee. I just kept repeating to myself, I have to keep my mind focused. I have to keep focused on running. I can't lose pace. I can't. And when I started to run for maybe the first 10 minutes of running, my knee would get very, very sore. So I had to just push through those bits, find my rhythm. And when I did that, I was feeling great again. So we got to mile 22 or 23, I think it was. And my knees started to get really bad. My legs started to get really bad, especially my right leg. So I had to kind of take a moment because I could not put pressure on my leg.
Oh shit. I think I'm out Frenchman.
There was one point, it was around a year and a half ago now, 2 years maybe. It was just after on the same weekend, I'd lost my foster granddad and one of my best friends at the time, who I talked to every single day. And I knew he suffered with mental issues in the past. I never thought it would be that bad, but after that, I was, I had thoughts for a while of, trying to take action in some way, shape or form. And it was, it's a difficult thing to overcome. It's not easy.
I just have to try and push through. But I'm only the hand.
I'll do the rest of it with you. If anything's went down, if you're feeling like, I need to stop for a bit, if you need anything, tell me, I'll help you out there.
Yeah, you've got it, man.
I think that was one of the best feelings I've felt in a long time, because definitely this run is the biggest thing I've ever done, the most difficult thing I have ever done.
Well, half a mile until it's 50k.
And I guess I've proved a point to myself and to other people that I am able to do this. Even though I said 50 miles, I didn't get 50 miles, but I still proved to people that I can go far. With the little training I had, 7 weeks of training, I can still push myself past failure.
Do this stuff, just lie down.
So madness. That is a madness.
Now you got to stand there.
I think I didn't go the full 50 miles. I did 31 in the end, which is 50 kilometers. So at least I've got a 50 in it. I think with 7 weeks training as well, it's pretty good. I think mentally I've never followed this before. I've never felt this much of a sense of accomplishment. I want to dedicate this run to Tommy and to Josh, who are two of my friends that have sadly lost to suicide. So I want to dedicate this to them, and I want to show people that it's not the way out.